I talk a lot on this channel about you standing up for yourself. So I'm going to talk about some of my personal reasons in regards to forgiveness. This may fly in the face of some religious doctrine. I understand that. So for those of you who may not agree with me, whatever the case may be, I fully understand that and I respect that. If you're happy in, whatever doctrine that told you that it's okay to forgive everybody regardless, kudos to you, as long as you're happy with those decisions. I want to talk to the people who are either conflicted or miserable because of whatever programming they were told to do, and they're giving false forgiveness to people when deep down they don't. Now, I talked about this in another audio, so I'm not going to get into, the characteristics of that. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to explain the reason why I don't give unlimited forgiveness to people. And the main reason is patterns of behavior. And I want to talk about that because people don't pay attention to that. Some people display patterns of behavior. And for those of you who don't know, a pattern is like a habit. It's something that's done repetitively over and over again. And when you're dealing with patterns, you're dealing with people that are so used to behaving a certain way for so long. A few of them might be aware of it, but some of them have been doing it for so long, it has become a instinct for them. And some of them, the consequences are the same, and they don't care because it's instinct. And then there are some of them that they realize that it's negative, and it has a negative effect, but they'll try to project their negative feelings onto the other person and try to make it seem like it's their fault by gaslighting them. I'm not the problem, they're the problem. I'm who I am, and, cloak it in all these little catchphrases and whatnot. When the truth is, deep down, they know their behavior is negative. Some people can't control themselves after they conduct this behavior for a long period of time. And a lot of it is because they had generational curses. They were exposed to that behavior and didn't see anything else. Or a lot of them were never really called out on it. And especially when they get older, people my age and older, so set in their ways, they feel that they don't need to change anything. Don't care about the circumstances. They would rather just cut people out of their lives, cut situations out of their lives, than to just simply change their behavior. And all they have to do is do that, and some doors will open up for them. So that's one of the reasons why I don't give unlimited forgiveness to people. I'll forgive you once or twice and chalk it up as a mistake. But see, a mistake is only once or twice. And I'll say twice, and that's a stretch. When you start getting into this person doing the same thing 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, when you start getting into numbers past 3 and above, that's not a mistake anymore. It's a pattern of behavior. And it could be because of, substance abuse problem or mental illness, whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, whatever the reason is, when that person is doing the same thing 3 times plus over and over and over again, and the results are the same and nothing's being changed, that's a pattern of behavior. And what's happening is a lot of people get involved in these relationships because the majority of these people are aware of this shortcoming. And they'll seek out a person who they think that all you need is their love, and they'll solve the problem for you. Your pattern of behavior that you had years before you met them, they had nothing to do with it in the beginning. They weren't around. All of a sudden, the minute somebody says, I love you to you, if you're the person that's doing this, you automatically heap this not economic, why am I saying that, Spirit? And okay, help me. This emotional burden onto this person that they should solve a problem that should have been handled by therapy or medication or, simple actions that type of thing a long time ago. And for some of you, you do this with every single person that you get involved with. Oh, well, it's just a habit of mine, or, oh, I've been doing this for years, but you're such a wonderful person and you're so different than the others. Your love will change that. We all want to know that our love changes people, but for some folks, they take advantage of that. And that's a result of their unaddressed patterns of behavior. And you got to be careful. And some of these people are technically nice, but that one thing, that so-called deal breaker, because first of all, if you're putting up with this and it's bothering you, it's disturbing you, it's a roadblock in your life for things to get better, and you hadn't done anything about it, that's because you had not created your list of deal breakers in relationships. A lot of us hadn't done that. And I had to do that several years ago because I got tired of the same consequences in regards to dealing with, people that I was involved with. And I was like, whoa, this, the result seems almost the same just about every single time. What do I need to do to prevent this energy from coming in my life? Now, did it stop it? No, because evil is out there and it's going to present itself in different ways, but I had to develop certain coping mechanisms in the event that it happened, and I didn't have any because I didn't have any deal breakers. And if you don't have any deal breakers, what's your deal breaker? What's the straw that breaks the camel's back in a relationship? And if you know what that straw is, do you know what the signs are before it happens? That's a lot of our biggest challenges. There are certain things that you can see, certain signs, certain acts, certain speeches, that you can see in a person that can lead to that deal breaker that you need to be aware of and you need to pay close attention to. So a lot of you are putting up with this stuff because you don't have a list of deal breakers. You have rules and regulations in regards to everything else in your life. How you run your household, how you deal with family members, how you handle your job, how you handle your finances, everything else. You have rules, you have a set of rules in your mind of how you're going to handle things, how you're going to tackle situations in those areas. But for some of you, you've got that down pat, but when it comes to love, you have nothing. You have no guidelines, you have no deal breakers, you have no boundaries, you have nothing. A caution just goes to the wind because it's love. It's like la 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 and lily fields and rainbows and unicorns all the time. And then when you get involved in a relationship with someone who is not whole, who is damaged, who has issues and everything else, and they give you a life that is totally opposite of what the la 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 taught you in the world, all of a sudden you're all over the place having breakdowns and start drinking, smoking, whatever it is that's going to harm your body before you even met this person, behaving in certain ways and everything else. All of a sudden, you're losing your mind because you were disillusioned by the fact that you didn't get all these unicorns and rainbows and all this stuff when you fell in love because that's what was sold to you. But when you're in love with someone and involved with someone, sometimes things come along that aren't so pretty, and you have to be strong and you have to have a set of guidelines as to what you're going to deal with. So the reason why I have a guideline as far as not forgiving somebody repeatedly is because I had a chance to sit down and write down what my deal breakers were, what boundaries I was going to have, and also be able to love myself somewhat and not lose myself in the relationship. And for a lot of us, we do need a little help from the outside, because we don't know when to start. So we start, go to counseling, your spiritual leader, whatever the case may be, so you can break it down. But a lot of you don't have boundaries, and that's why you keep forgiving over and over and over again. You know it's wrong, whatever it is they're doing. You know it's harming the relationship, If you're in a relationship, that's why it's not going anywhere. That's why you're not half satisfied when you guys go out, or if you engage in sexual relations, there's a piece of you that's still empty when it's over with. It's not perfect for you because you haven't set your boundaries. You don't have your deal breakers. You haven't, you just haven't, because you partially have not come to terms with the fact that you have not given enough love to yourself. You've lost yourself in the relationship, and you've lost yourself the minute the love came into the picture. And this business about, oh, well, this person completes me. No, 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 no. Stop saying that. The Creator didn't create you as half a person. Say, this person compliments me. That's a good way to say it. This person makes me better than the whole person that I am, or whatever the case may be. But saying that, this person completes me, that lets everyone know that you were incomplete before you met that person, so you were broken. That's screaming out to the whole world. And most of us were broken. But the thing is, that's implying that God made a mistake when He created you. He, she, whatever pronoun you choose to use. And that's not true. So I kind of hope this helps you understand as to why I have a limit on forgiving people for behavior. Once it's a mistake, twice, maybe. But once you start getting into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, that's a pattern of behavior. It's a pattern of behavior, and you need to decide how you're going to deal with it. Forgiveness is not a consideration. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I kind of hope this helps someone. Peace to you all.